Hey there, this is Matthew Armstrong here on day 5 of my 100-day challenge to create financial freedom for myself and for you should you choose to do so as well. And if you're going to be watching these videos, you may as well do it. If you're watching this video right now, it's for a reason. You're either a silly little troll or you want to create financial freedom in your life. You're one of the two, right? So make a choice. Who are you? You've got to choose. You can be one or the other, and you can change your mind just like that. So, what are you here for? Are you here to create financial freedom in your life? Are you here to change your mind, to change your paradigm, to get rid of the limiting beliefs, to get rid of all the bullshit that is in the head that you've been programmed with? Are you ready to get rid of all that bullshit? Because if you are, you're on the right track. Watch these 100 videos sequentially. So if you haven't watched video 1 yet, make sure you click on the link here, go back, watch video 1 and watch them sequentially and be transformed over this next 100 days. So it's like to start off with telling you a story. There's a monk, right? And the monk was wandering through the wilderness. Suddenly a tiger starts to chase him. The monk runs for his life, gets to this cliff, there's a vine going down the cliff. The monk grabs hold of the vine, shimmies down the vine, and then he looks down and there's another tiger at the bottom of the cliff, roaring up at him. Fanged bird. He looks up, the tiger at the top is fanged bird. What does he do? Then if it couldn't get any worse, these two rats, one black rat, one white rat, start coming down the vine. They start gnawing at the vine. Petrified, paralyzed, afraid for his life of what's going to happen. The monk just holds on tight. And then he starts to remember his monk training in the temple. And he looks and he sees a strawberry. Just a vine coming out, a little vine coming out of the rock, and a strawberry, a fully ripe, juicy strawberry. And for that moment, the fear of the past and the fear of the future disappear. The vine of life that he's on, he's able to let go of that. He's able to reach out and he takes that strawberry in his hand. At that very moment, he takes a bite into it. Being in the present, being right here, right now, zero fear, it's all gone. And he just enjoys the taste, the energy, the juiciness, everything that's in that strawberry. Just living completely in the moment with that strawberry. And that is, there's so many multiple metaphors in that story. And what's it going to be for you? Are you going to hold on to the fears of the past, the judgments, the limiting beliefs? You're going to hold on to them, or are you going to? Is that going to paralyze you? You're going to look to the future and look to the possible fears of the future, which are probably related to your fears from the past, and then allow that to paralyze you. Are you going to live in the moment? Live in the moment. Make a decision. Make the best decision you could possibly make. Look around you. What's the best decision you can make in your life right now, without the fears? If you had no fears, what would you do? Ask yourself this question. If I had no fears, what would I do? Reach out. Become unparalyzed. Let go and reach out and grasp on to the best thing you can see around you, whatever that is. If it's a nice juicy strawberry, grasp that strawberry and eat it. This is the present moment, my friend. Right now, right here, there's no other time. And when you be in this present moment, there is no fear. Fear goes away. Live right here, right now, in the present moment. And you will have no fear. And you just make the best decisions you can make based on whatever you see around you right now. That's the best way to get through your fears, to get over your fears. I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. I had another idea what I was going to talk about. This just came out. And my brain's actually saying, well, you want to talk about this other thing about fears, and tell me these other stories about how to get over fears. And there are other ways to get over fears. Like, it's funny, my brain's just doing something right now. And there are other ways to get over fears. Face the fears, do the thing that scares you the most. You know, what's been holding you back? Sometimes it's good to look at what fears have been really holding you back, because sometimes we kind of shut them out and we skirt around things. So what fears have been holding you back? What fears have been stopping you from living your dreams? Two things generally stop people from living their dreams. They're two big excuses. I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. Two big excuses that stop people from living their dreams. So I looked at these two things. Not enough time, not enough money. Okay, what happens if you have financial freedom? What happens if you have financial freedom? These two things get knocked over like bowling balls. The two excuses that are gone. I want you to live your dreams. That's what I want for you. I'm thinking, like, well, you know, what do I really want for everyone? I want you to transform your life. Transform your life to live your dreams. That's what transforming your life is. To be your highest version of your highest self you could possibly be on this planet right now, moving forward. Create financial freedom. Takes away those two things. Not enough money, not enough time. The two biggest excuses people have in the world. Right? It stops us from doing so many things. Best way to get over them is become financially free. That's how you get over those two things. That's how you get over those two excuses. Don't let your fear stop you. Be in the moment, be in the present moment. Easier said than done, yes. But do it. Do it anyway. Become consciously aware right now. And if there's something that scares you, that's going to be good for you, just do it over and over again until it becomes boring. You know, some of my fears in life, I've like anyone, I've had many fears in life. Many things have stopped me in the past. But what I have decided to do is I made a decision in my life, and I said, I'm not going to let fear control my life. I'm not going to be a slave to fear. We can either be a master to fear, or we can be a slave to fear. And I made a decision. I'm going to be a master to fear. It's not that we can get away from it. We can either be a master to it or a slave to it. If we're a slave to it, then we're disempowered. If we're a master of it, then we're empowered. We use it to our advantage. And what I did was I found out, what am I afraid of? And I found out what I'm afraid of. One of my greatest fears. And I went and I jumped into those fears. One of my fears was public speaking. I had a huge fear of public speaking. If I had something I could read out, I could stand in front of a crowd of people, I could read it out. But as soon as you took my notes away, I had a huge fear. I had a huge fear of my mind going blank, which it used to do. My mind used to go blank, and I'd go, and nothing would come out, and I couldn't think of anything. And that was my fear. And so I had a huge fear of public speaking, and didn't want that to happen in front of a big crowd. So I jumped headlong into it, and I started public speaking. I did a public speaking course, and you know, I just got out there and I started speaking in front of people. I started teaching, I started training, I started facilitating. I just jumped into it head on. And I found whatever tools I could use to kind of get over those fears, whatever resources. But a lot of it's just doing it. Doing what you're afraid of, right? So if you're afraid of tiger, don't go and play with tiger. But you know what I mean? These sort of irrational fears is what I'm talking about. One fear, I used to be afraid of violent confrontations. I had a fear of violent confrontations. But I wanted to get over that fear. I didn't want to go through life being afraid of getting into violent confrontations. So a lot of people don't know this, but I actually worked as a nightclub and bar bouncer for 8 years, like nearly every weekend for 8 years. In some of the roughest spots you can probably imagine, you can't even imagine maybe, where for the first 6 months I did that, I used to walk in with butterflies in my stomach every night for the first 6 months, knowing that that night I was going to get into a violent confrontation. Every single night it happened. But I kept doing it, because I said, I want to get over this fear. I don't want to fear this anymore. So I kept doing it until I got over that fear. And the fear went away. Because I won't settle for letting fears control my life. And I want that for you as well. Don't settle for it. Don't settle for being a slave to fears. Get over them. Get over them however you can. Like the monk, just be in the present moment. Don't let the fears of the past, the possible fears of the future stop you. Be in the present moment and just take the next step, the best decision you can possibly make. Take that, whatever it is for you, without the fear. So many of our decisions in life are based on fear. Be a master of fear. Master it. Get out of your comfort zone. Do whatever it takes. Keep getting out of your comfort zone. Because if your comfort zone isn't expanding, and you expand your comfort zone by stepping out of it, every single time you step out of your comfort zone expands, expands, expands. And the bigger your comfort zone, the bigger your quality of life. It's as simple as that. The smaller your comfort zone, the less quality of life you have. And if we don't constantly get out of our comfort zone, then our comfort zone doesn't stay the same. It shrinks, and it shrinks, and it shrinks. And we all know someone who's afraid to leave the house, where they haven't put themselves out of their comfort zone, so it's shrunk, and it's shrunk, and it's shrunk, and it's shrunk, so it's gone all the way around their house. And they're afraid to walk out the door, they're afraid to get into a car, they're afraid to speak to anyone they don't know, afraid to answer the phone in the end. We all know people like that. Don't be that person. Get out of your comfort zone every single day. Do something that scares you every single day. Something that's going to move you forward. Become financially free. Live your dreams. That is my intention for you, is to transform, live your dreams, and become financially free. But to me that makes a lot of sense right now. It makes a whole lot of sense. And that's why I'm doing this 100-day challenge to financial freedom. For me to be an example of it, and to help you transform and become financially free as well. That's my intention, and that's what's going to happen. So, join the team. Let's do it together. You don't have to join the team now. You don't have to do it. But you can still watch all these videos and get so much out of it. You'll transform your mind, and that's what's the critical thing, is transforming your mind, getting rid of the fears, getting rid of the excuses. Becoming financially free. That is my wish for you, that is my desire for you, that is why you're watching this video, unless you're a troll. And if you're a troll, you can make another choice right now, and you can choose to step up and become financially free.